It's just so dynamic. It gives me the opportunity to keep fit, to explore the coastline where we live.
That feeling when you're on the water, paddling, you kind of forget about everything else that's going on.
Just another opportunity to connect with the water and the environment, but stand-up paddleboarding is like walking on water.
I'm just a total weirdo. I love stand-up paddleboarding a little bit too much. I guess I've just been really inspired, and I'm continually inspired by what this sport brings to my life and to everyone else's life. It's different every single day.
You can travel great distances and really explore, and it can be a really communal activity.
Just when you stand on a board, looks a little bit like a surfboard, single-bladed paddle that you use to paddle on one side and then on the other side. It's hard to explain, but people kind of like, is it like a kayak? Well, yeah, like a kayak that you stand on, right?
Sean is known throughout Falmouth. He's really cemented himself as quite a fundamental person in the community in Falmouth. It's not just about paddleboarding for him.
I used to work in major music, so the band that I was managing, the lead singer of that band had bought a paddleboard. It was the first ever time I'd seen one, years and years ago now. And we were shooting a music video for Freddie Mercury's AIDS Foundation, the Phoenix Mercury Trust. Ollie wanted the band to dress up as Freddie Mercury and go paddleboarding. And Sunset Surf Cafe at the time, they'd had these big old boards that were like 12 or 13 foot long. They had no handle, they were so wide you couldn't even get your arm around them. And they were the first ever paddleboards. I think one of the first ever set of paddleboards in this country. We all got the opportunity to try paddleboarding. And I just fell in love with it immediately. And I immediately thought that that's what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to do something completely different. I wanted to do something that was for me. Working in the music industry, I realised that kind of like I was supporting everyone else, or the bands kind of like developing their dreams to be rock stars. And then I suddenly realised like, what was my actual dream? You know, what was I doing for my life? And I thankfully found paddleboarding, and that just, it was a focus that never left.
What I like about paddleboarding within WeSUP is most definitely the people that we get to sup with.
WeSUP is it's a business that's been driven by my desire to create a community out of the sport. WeSUP's a paddleboard centre. It's all we do. We're a specialist, so we specialise in teaching paddleboarding in lots of different ways, in tours and adventure holidays and all sorts of other things. We're just basically a centre trying to give everybody the opportunity to get into stand-up paddleboarding.
We're so much more about the community that we can build around the centre and around the club. Really, we just like to bring people together to introduce them to the sport at a fundamental level, but also help them to really discover what they want to do with the sport and what they love about it.
WeSUP, to me, is a lifestyle choice. You know, it's an opportunity to kind of like take advantage of all the things that could be good in your day. It's helped me to understand that if you just take 1 hour out of your day to do something that nourishes you, then your whole week can be changed. Even if it's not an hour a day, even if it's just 1 hour in a week, paddleboarding gives you such an experience, it has such a kind of profound impact on your day that can last for the entire week.
It's really nice for the residents of Falmouth because we have members who are just 18-year-old students, and then we have like 50-year-old, 60-year-old mothers who are locals, so it's a really nice way to bring the two usually quite separate communities of students and locals together.
I get to go out, socialise, meet people all the time, and obviously other people benefits them because they get to hang out with me. No, I'm joking. But I think just hanging out with new people all the time and getting together and doing something that you all enjoy and trying new things as well, I think that is the biggest benefit.
I had always kind of like had a little bit of a fear of open water, and I didn't really like the cold. And although everyone loves the look of the ocean, the actual like practicalities of being a part of it, if you're not a great swimmer, or if you don't like the cold, or if you're worried about what's lurking beneath, just makes it all a little bit inaccessible. And then when I tried paddleboarding, it was the first time where I'd engaged in an ocean sport that was super simple, and I could actually do it without drowning or being eaten by sharks. And I got it immediately. Every aspect of it I just got straight away. It is for everybody. I've been paddling this spot here now for about 8.5 years. And people have said to me, you know, doesn't it ever get boring? I have never paddled on 2 days the same.
Every experience is different, and every time you're just getting to put smiles on people's faces and engage with people, and bringing people together is the best part of the SUP experience for me.
Whether it's a different colour cloud formation, or the sun shimmering on the water in a different way, the noise that the water makes on the bottom of the board, or the kind of like the visibility as you're looking through the reef, it's always really interesting, it's always different, it always gives you a completely different experience every time you go out. We are really lucky to be surrounded by people who feel the same way as I do. We're a like-minded bunch of people who love paddleboarding, partying, pizza, Prosecco, picnics, all the P's. I'm just so lucky that I get to work in this job, in this incredible environment, just making people happy. You know, stand-up paddleboarding just makes people happy. And I think that I just think that in the end, no matter what you're doing in your life, it all comes down to the people and the community that we've managed to kind of sustain through Club WeSUP has meant that the people are almost the very best part of what we do. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked on that.